Welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and this is Books Forever After, where I sit on my floor and we talk about everything and all things books. Okay, so it's been a while, it's been a couple weeks, so I'm long overdue for some videos. So today, to get started, we are going to be discussing the last TBR of 2022, which is my December TBR, or to be read or reading plans, aka reading plans. Okay, so to start, there is a very much anticipated new releases. So we're going to be discussing new releases, and Sophie Lark is releasing on December 6th, Anastasia. So this is a fantasy romance retelling based off of the movie Anastasia inspired, which is not really based off her life, because obviously we know reality, her whole family was killed, the Romanovs, the last Tsars of Russia. So really looking forward to this. I think it's supposed to be available for pre-order, I thought today, so anxiously awaiting and stalking her Instagram for that release. I do know a few people that I follow on BookTube were able to get some early ARC releases, so I'm really excited to kind of hear their thoughts too before the release. But yeah, so I'm definitely breaking my buying ban. That's kind of going to be my Christmas gift kind of thing. So, you know, it is what it is. But so really looking forward to that. I've only read one book by Sophie Lark, and that was actually this a book from this past month for November, and I'll discuss that in my monthly wrap up. But yes, I'm really excited to be looking into that and reading that book, especially because I think there's like so many, like, I want to get the physical version. I think she's releasing it on Kindle Unlimited as well simultaneously, but there is a lot of really cool illustrations. It's like in color and everything, so that's what I forget how many, but there's like a lot. So there might be some NFSW, you know, some more risque, I believe, some more risque drawings, but it just looks gorgeous, as you can tell by the insert there. Alright, and next, ARCs that I'm planning to read in the month of December. On NetGalley, I am hopefully anticipating to reading The Duke Gets Even by Joanna Shupe. That is the number 4 in the Fifth Avenue Rebel series. I also have the third book, The Bride Goes Rogue, that is also part of my, this is on my physical TBR that I got from the library. So I actually, it's due tomorrow, so I have to renew it. So the other ones, so it's due tomorrow. So gotta renew it and gotta, like, really need to prioritize this one. If I don't get to the ARC, I'm gonna definitely, it releases in January. I'm gonna say later in January, the 4th one does. So I'll definitely be prioritizing that at least in the very beginning of early January if I don't get it to this month. Gosh, and how many books do I have on my 1, 2, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, I think I have like 10 that I'm hoping to get to. It might be 8. So we have that. So the next ARC I have, which actually an e-ARC as well. I actually just joined Book Sirens. I was messaged a while ago, I want to say a couple months ago, by somebody for that, and it's more focused on independent authors. And I've looked into it, so I just signed up literally a few days ago. So I don't have much to have feedback on it yet. But one thing that is nice is that there's limited people that can request ARCs for these, and you also have to like read it within 30 days, which can be bad if you like the fact, you know, with NetGalley, it gives you reminders, but you're not necessarily forced to. This one, if you request something and you don't read it and review it, then you kind of might lose your ability to get ARCs. So I actually think this kind of nice. It has a little bit of accountability because at the same time, authors are having to pay for these services to have their books reviewed, and if you don't review it and you have all these downloads, it's kind of, they're out of money. So it makes sense on both ends as well, because you get a free book to read and review, and then they also get review books to get more, their books a wider spread audience. So it seems like, especially when you're an independent author, you don't get much. It seems like it's very hard to get your book read out there because, as we know, traditional publishing and things like that. So it seems like it's really good if you're just starting out as an author. Which I think is really awesome, because if you took the time to write a book, it would be nice to all your hard work to get some assistance with that and do that. So I totally respect that part. So especially. So the book, to get back on point here, is called The Governess Gamble by Tracy Sumner. I've never read anything by her. This is book 1 of the Naughty or Nice. I believe this is like a historical romance, like erotica, like steamy romance, and it's Christmas themed. So that's what I was like, okay, it's gonna be the month of December. Maybe I'll probably want to read this to get like a little palate cleanser in between my novels that the books I want to get to in the month of December. Just something lighthearted and fun kind of thing to read. So don't know anything about it yet, but more to come when I review. Next, of my physically owned book, I kind of had to pare down what I could realistically probably finish this month and this year. So I did, as you already get a sneak peek, I did not finish From Blood and Ash. So my intention was to be starting it today. Unfortunately, I am currently reading For the Wolf. I'm about 30%, I would say 25% in, and it's just been like slow start. It's good and everything. I've just been in a mood slump kind of thing with fantasy that's taken me a little while to get into it. But to be honest, I have a little bit of a book hangover. I had such great reads this month, so get more into that later. But again, I will be starting this pretty soon, fairly soon, probably within the first or second week of December to get started with that. I've already talked about this so many times and keep pushing this in my TBR. It's pretty well recognized, but yeah, so From Blood and Ash are my physical books that I own that I want to get to. Next, I have the third book in the Kingmaker Chronicles, which is from Amanda Boucher. I just read the second one this month, so I'm continuing on a series for the month of December. I don't want to say too much. I'll just try to get the premise on the first one because it's kind of a spoiler when you're in a series, fantasy series, to go in here. I believe the 4th book was just released a month or 2 ago. I can never remember. So I will probably pick this up sometime in the new year with the 4th one. However, the Kingmaker's Chronicle, this follows, oh goodness gracious, Griffin and, I'm gonna look at my notes. I actually have written notes, guys. Written notes. Yes, I need to get a book journal. So if anybody has a book journal, by the way, going on a tangent, if anyone has recommendations for a book journal or methods that you use, or if you link or something, I don't know. I get paralysis of the analysis, and I don't know exactly what book journal I should select to start. And I really want to start fresh with the new year with book journaling more, so I can gather my thoughts better for reviewing and things like that. So yeah. If you have any recommendations, please comment below and let me know. Alright, so back to our regular scheduled program. We have, I don't know why, as soon as I push play, I forget everything. Push the record button, I forget everything I was going to say. So yeah, if Cat, why can't I remember? There's Cat, Visa, and Griffin. Fantasy romance. The first one is The Captor Captive. What I really loved about, wait, I'm not doing the wrap up, Crystal. I'm doing the TBR. Anyway, so The Captor Captive. She is what they call the Kingmaker, and the Kingmaker is able to. The reason why they call her the Kingmaker is because she can detect lies. She's like a walking lie detector test, along with some other magical abilities. That is why Griffin kidnapped her. So yeah. So look forward to continuing this series. The next one is a YA, basically pirate romance. I don't know if it's fantasy. Don't know anything about the premise. But this is by Trisha Levenseller. I did read one other novel by her. I can't remember what it is. I will put the picture up here. I really liked that one. That was really good. It was okay. It was YA, but I did really like. I'm very entertained by the author's writing. But looking forward to this. This is part of a duology, so I do own both. So I'm hoping to finish the first one. But yeah, Daughter of the Pirate King, and I've been definitely jonesing for some more pirate romance and stepping into young adult for that one. Then the fourth physical book that I own that I want to read is, again, pushed from my TBR for the past 2 months, but it's Once Upon a Broken Heart, and by Stephanie Garber, and I'm hoping not to get my heart broken with the title. So yeah, I recently read the whole Caraval series, so this is a continuation series, so that was a separate trilogy. This one is following the Prince of Hearts, who was a secondary character in the other series. So this is just kind of in the same world. I have heard that there's a lot of angst in this one, so I just have a feeling that I'm going to need to like binge read and continue on the second one, and the third one isn't going to be released until next like September, I believe, and I'm just going to be brokenhearted, like it says. So, but yes, well, we shall see. We shall see. Okay, so ebooks beginning on ebooks on Kindle Unlimited on KU. I added Thin Ice by Cassie Mitt. This is a novella. I got this recommendation based by Peace Love Books that I follow on BookTube, and it's really gonna get me into, I think, like the winter mood, like Christmassy mood, because it is a figure skater and coach romance. And it's only 60 pages, so I don't know anything else about the plot, but yeah, it's 60 pages, so it's probably going to be a fairly quick read. Secondly, continuing on to with the season, it's 'Tis the Season for Revenge. Again, another recommendation by Peace Love Books. She just read this in the month of November, I think, and anything that Peace Love Books recommends, most of the time I know I'm going to like. So this is by Morgan Elizabeth. This is about 304 pages, so it's the normal novel length. This is kind of like a rom-com, kind of like, I don't know if it's steamy. Can't remember if she said it was steamy, but it's like a rom-com, contemporary romance. It's got probably a little lighthearted kind of a thing. So I'll probably be reading that mid-month, more closer to Christmas. But yeah. And then I am hopefully get to read this one, but I pushed it myself off on the wait list on the Libby app from my local public library, and hopefully I get the availability here soon to read it. But another pirate romance. This one I've heard so much about other people on BookTube, Peace Love Books, Jen from the Book Refuge, Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, I believe is her name, BookTube name. So a lot of those folks read them. I have read it and loved it. I have never read anything by Pam Godwin. So she's a new author to me. She's another indie author, and the cover is gorgeous. So, and I might possibly, let me know in the comments, I might possibly do a reading vlog. I've never done a reading vlog, so I don't know how well it's gonna go, but let me know if that's something you would like to see, or if not that one, comment on another book that you think that you would like, that I have on my TBR, that you would like to me to do a vlog on. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but just something I've been just kind of toying with the idea of doing a vlog type thing. So yeah. And I think, is that it? Is that it? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot that I said I was gonna physically borrow. Oh yeah. So The Bride Goes Rogue. I forgot totally forgot to mention it. When I mentioned The Lady Gets Lucky, or The Duke Gets Even, that e-arc release. So yeah, The Bride Goes Rogue. So this one, The Bride Goes Rogue, is following Preston and Catherine. And so this kind of series, like, it starts at like a house party, and like all these relationships kind of start branching off from this house party. So the heiress hunt, it's like all pretty much majority at the house party. And then The Lady Gets Lucky. This one follows, that one follows Kit and Alice. And then this one that I want to read this month is Preston and Catherine. So it's another kind of like friend group. So it's the 4 kind of friends that it follows that. But yeah, and the e-arc, it follows, I think, the Duke from like the first one, and the redhead friend throughout this series as well. So their romance. So I mean, that's providing you a lot of information to go off of, but that is what I can recall. So there we go. So that is about, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 books. Yeah, well, you guys just saw me count. I can count. You can do it too. Alright, so there we go. So yes, 10 books. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below which books you have read that you've loved or you're excited for me to read, and or do you would like, you're interested in reading as well, and let me know which one I should possibly do a vlog on. So that would be interesting to do. So, but yeah. And if nothing else, go ahead and just put a snowflake. If you don't want to comment anything else, go ahead and put a snowflake in the comments below. Alright, so that will do for the monthly TBR for December. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.